fun with Olivia here, but we do want to talk about something serious today. Reported violence against Asians has skyrocketed in our country. I would like to be helpful in changing that because I think it's incredibly ignorant and it's incredibly just hateful. And I feel like we've had our fill of hate. I don't know if anybody else is with me on that, but how have you been dealing with this and how's your family been dealing with this?
It's definitely been really tough and exhausting, especially when you see it happen to people who are really close to you. But I will say that, one, there is a group chat that I'm part of other Asian Americans that we're really trying to help amplify this, and that's been great to have that support system. But also seeing the world get up and having you do this segment and talk about it, it just means a lot to us and to our people and makes us feel safer. And I know that it's helping get the awareness out also to other Asians that may not even really, this one woman named Linda To, her mother Nancy To was in New York and was attacked and had her nose smashed in. And
what?
yeah, and so I reached out to her and became friends with her and was talking to her about it, and she was saying like, because her mother doesn't speak English, she wasn't even aware about these attacks against Asian Americans. So the fact that we're amplifying this, I know not only is bringing awareness to our allies and people that we need to help us amplify this message, but it's also putting out the word to other Asians in our country to say like, hey, we're in danger right now. Be on the lookout, make sure you're always, aware of your surroundings and be careful.
Yeah.
And hate crimes against Asians have been going on for a long time. As the most intractable problems in our country are like gun violence, racism, and misogyny. So like if you are part of a marginalized group in our country, you have experienced some sort of hate crime or racism, and we're not safe right now. And that's the really scary thing. At first, they were going after a lot of elderly Asians, and the elderly Asian people. It's my mother, my grandparents who are no longer with us, but our generation's grandparents, they came to America and as immigrants, they really were conditioned to be quiet, keep their head down. So there's a lot of underreporting going on because they don't want to cause more waves. They don't want anyone to make a fuss over them. And also there's a huge language barrier. So when they want to go to the police station and report, a lot of people don't know what they're saying. They can't understand. There's not somebody there that speaks their language. So a lot of underreporting goes on. So a lot of people didn't really know what was happening because so much underreporting.
Yeah, people just are afraid to even say anything.
Yeah, so now we're talking about it and people know, and President Biden has taken public stances against it, and that's been really meaningful for our people, and a lot of other Asian people have gotten up and spoken about it, and also our allies, and that's been really important. So that's why we've seen this like astronomical rise in hate crimes against Asian Americans, and so we do need help.
I heard it was like over 1,000% in some places.
It's like 1,900% increase in just a year in just the city of New York. What? Yeah, and then that's just almost 2,000% increase in hate crimes. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, but right now there's so many people that are aware of it now. We're amplifying that message and getting more people like yourself to talk about it so that people know that this is happening. And if you see this happening, like if you see something like this happening, speak up. Like, don't put yourself in danger by any means, but somebody else is in danger. So maybe look around and get other people to join you and being like, this is wrong. Right, and at the very least, something that's very important is report it. Yes, 100%. And also get your cameras out, get your phones out. We all have cameras on our phones. Get your phones out, start recording. That happened with my friend Sam. It was a bystander who watched what happened to his mother. And because we had these great pictures, we're able to get the NYPD to put out wanted posters and then post that on social media. And then that guy was found and arrested. So we had pictures from a bystander. So if you're there and you're afraid to say something, because sometimes it is really scary. There's these really violent attacks happening.
And people get in shock. People
100%.
Literally, I've heard people go in shock. They're like, I don't know why I didn't do, I just was in shock that it was happening.
Yeah. So get out, if the least you can do is just get out your phone and record it.
Yeah. Well, back in February, as Olivia mentioned, the mom of Olivia's friend was the victim of an attack, and the suspect might have gotten away if Olivia didn't use her social media to help police track him down. Here to talk about what happened is Olivia's friend Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going all right. I have to tell you, first and foremost, those glasses are rocking. I like them.
Thank you.
Well, can you tell us what happened with your mama?
Yeah, absolutely. So she was standing in line for bakery, ready to get her some baked goods, And she asked the man in front of her whether he was in line. Turned out he was, but he started getting very aggressive to a point where he made contact with her. My mom sort of freaked out a bit, backed up, tried to get her pepper spray just in case. The men then was inside the bakery and grabbed 2 boxes, I believe were plastic spoons and maybe tissues, chucked it at her, missed. I think he was pretty pissed off, and my mom had her spray ready. I don't think she was able to get him, and he ultimately shoved her relatively hard, where she then hit one of the metal stands that were on the sidewalk, and she passed out from that.
I don't understand how people have such a lack of respect for humanity, for any human. That's and I can't, God, especially an older woman. Like, what's wrong with you?
And
like,
if you see the video, his mother was shoved so violently that she was horizontal in the air and her feet were flailing. I've seen the picture, Sam sent it to me, of what happened to her head. She was knocked unconscious because she hit this metal newspaper stand. The gash is about this big, and it took like about 10 stitches or so, and they're just massive through the middle of her head.
It's insane to me that it happens, and I'm so sorry for your mom, and I'm so sorry for you having to do this. But I'm so thankful that, once again, that you use your spotlight, you use that whatever celebrity power you want to call it, and you do use it to find people like this and reprimand them and punish them because it's not right. Can you tell us about how you use your social media status to kind of do that?
So I found out from our mutual friend and about what happened to Sam's mom, and got the pictures, got in touch with Sam right away, and I actually DM'd the NYPD on Instagram, and I was like, hey, this happened to my friend. My friend's mom. These are the pictures of the guy taken by a bystander. Can you help us put out like a wanted poster and amplify it? And they were right on top of it. They had a wanted poster that they put out on Twitter and Instagram, and then we retweeted it, amplified it, and by the very next morning, I got a DM from the NYPD saying, because of social media, we were able to find this guy, and he was arrested.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
it was
like you
amazing.
telling that story so everybody can hear it and find out how you can get it done. Our next guest is leading the charge to protect residents and business owners in a community vulnerable to these actions of hate, San Francisco's Chinatown. From the United Peace Collaborative, please welcome Leanna, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Leanna. Well, meet Olivia and Sam.
Hi, Leanna.
Hi, wow, what an honor to be here.
Oh, well, Leanna, tell us about the United Peace Collaborative.
So when the pandemic started, we heard political leaders use words like Kung flu, China virus, Wuhan virus, words that are racially charged. I was really, really concerned about this because of the history of the Chinese Americans in America. And I knew that because there are ignorant people out there, they will use these words to target us, which actually happened. And that's why you see now the FBI actually has over 4,000 reports of hate crimes or hate-related crimes against Asian Americans. I spent some time in the United States Army and also worked for the Sacramento Fire Department. And when I heard these things, I talked to my fiance and said, we need to do something about this. We can't just sit at home and keep watching the news. So we started going out to San Francisco Chinatown and started patrolling. Wow. And the thing about the attackers is that they always look for people who can't defend themselves. Yeah. There are 35,000 residents in San Francisco Chinatown, and 80% of them are over 65. And most of them do not speak English. So this makes San Francisco Chinatown one of the most vulnerable neighborhoods in the United States.
Well, first I want to say thank you so much for your service. And secondly, what do patrols look like? Like, what happens?
So we started patrolling last March. It was just started with just 4 of us. It was myself, my fiance, a Marine officer, and a Navy officer. And now it has grown to 60 people. So we're getting bigger and bigger. And today we just had a training session right where I'm at right now. And they're out patrolling as I'm speaking to you right now. So what we do is we observe, record, and report. So if we see something that's suspicious, something that's going on, we take out our phones and we start recording. And if they actually commit a crime, then we contact 911 and pretty much summon to ask the police to come and help with the situation, because we have a hands-off policy. We don't touch anybody. We don't get into fights. We don't get into confrontations. We're strictly just observe, record, and report. And I'm proud to say that because of our actions, we have helped the police apprehend over 12 arrests over the last 12 months based on the photos and videos that we use as evidence.
Sam, you've been doing similar patrols in New York, right?
Yeah, there's a group in my community called the Main Street Patrol. And I did a patrol with them. It was pretty great. We don't work directly with shops. Oh, well, I can't say we because at the time it was like the first few patrols. But they have designated routes where we go down different streets and do a back and forth system, along with an app for walkie-talkie, just to make sure everyone is all right. I'm just super grateful and relieved that everyone is taking action for our community, and that we're protecting our elders.
Yeah, I mean, to both of you, Olivia and Sam, like, you know, with what Leanna is doing and Sam, what you were doing as well in New York, like, I can't even, it's so unfortunate that it has to occur, that you have to patrol, that you have to do that. But at the same time, it's a really beautiful thing to see a community taking care of their own.
Well, I think it's so amazing what Leanna has been doing. So thank you so much, Leanna. That's been so amazing how you've been able to organize and actually execute the way that you've been doing. And Sam, I know about Main Street Patrol. It's on Instagram at Main Street Patrol. And I'm so proud of him for getting out there and doing that. And honestly, like, you know, it really is showing us how strong we are when we're together and what a community that we really are.
100%, and you force the leaders to pay attention.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. Well, Leanna, we love what you're doing, and we want your efforts to continue. So we're going to give you $10,000 just to help and aid any way that can help.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh gosh, Leanna, if you cry, my makeup artist is going to kill me. I was like, I won't be able to take it.
This is my second show with you back to back when I've cried. We just cried.
I know. I love that about this show, though. I think, you know, the coolest thing about doing a show like this is it's fun to have fun, and it's fun to, you know, be light with certain things. But to be able to actually help shine a light on things that are like people and organizations that are actually making a difference is the coolest part of my entire entertainment career. It's the nothing will top it, no award will top it, no tour, nothing will top it. It's the coolest thing to be able to use that.
Well, yeah,
I know you understand that.
100%, because as an actor, you know, we tell stories about people, and as a singer, you sing songs about people, and we can't perform stories about people and then not care about people.
100%, if you have a heart.
Yes, if you have a heart.
Yeah, so, yep, I'm still here, just waiting for you to subscribe. If you don't, I'll be trapped in this box forever.